Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to be considering some of the spiritual gems comments for the week of March 11 to 17, 2024. So, we welcome you friends, and now let's get started. So for this week, the Bible reading is just chapter 18 of the book of Psalms, Psalm 18, and the first question comes from Psalm 18 verse 10, and it says, "He rode on a cherub and came flying. He swooped down on the wings of a spirit." So the question, why did the psalmist describe Jehovah as riding on a cherub? And the answer, this was in a symbolic sense. The cherub served as the representation of the chariot of Jehovah upon which he rode, and the wings of the cherubs offered both guarding protection and swiftness in travel. So David, in poetic song, described the speed with which Jehovah came to his aid, like one who came riding upon a cherub and came flying even upon the wings of a spirit. Okay, now let's move on to the second question. What spiritual gems from this week's Bible reading would you like to share? And we're gonna be reading some of the verses. So, number 1 and 18:1, the superscription, if we take a look, there is a superscription and it says, "By Jehovah's servant David, who addressed the words of this song to Jehovah in the day that Jehovah rescued him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul." So, the mention of Saul may well remind us of how often David must have felt that death was staring him in the face. Almost at least 3 times he was escaping from Saul's sword, and with this in mind, we can well imagine the depth of feeling with which David uttered the opening words of this psalm, where he says he had affection for Jehovah. Jehovah is his strength. It's a very significant words from David to his Heavenly Father, Jehovah. Number 2, verse 2 says, "Jehovah is my crag and my stronghold and the one who rescues me. My God is my rock, and in whom I take refuge, my shield and my horn of salvation, my secure refuge." So the Bible likens Jehovah to inanimate things. He's described as the rock of Israel, as a crag, as a stronghold. The point is that like a large rock is solidly placed, unmovable, so Jehovah God can be a solid source of security for us. 3. Psalm 18:2 teaches us from Jehovah teaches something very important from Jehovah, that like a large solid rock, God is a safe refuge for his loyal servants. Number 4. And again, the same verse teaches, the same passage teaches different gems. For example, today, many people find it difficult to express affection to their family. We notice King David is expressing his affection to Jehovah, but today, some people, it's difficult for them to express their affection for their spouse, their children, their parents, even brothers in the congregation. Why? many reasons, and it's important to supplicate Jehovah's help to heal the wounds of the past and ask Jehovah that His love may be present in our lives, in our heart, so we may know Jehovah because His love, and whoever doesn't love has not come to know God because God is love. Okay, now number 5. Again, the same passage. We notice King David was aware of all the times that God helped him. He could see how God saved him from his enemies and from hopeless situations. King David expressed his love, his affection, and gratitude to Jehovah. If we try to imitate him, if we are attentive to the times that Jehovah helps us and gets us out of daily situations, there is no doubt that our appreciation and friendship and relationship within will improve. Number 6. Psalm 18 verse 3 says, I call on Jehovah, who is worthy of praise, and I'll be saved from my enemies. So, this teaches something important about Jehovah, that praise is only to Jehovah. He deserves to receive the glory, the honor. Instead of that, this world praises and worships human beings, people, many artists, celebrities, famous people, even religious leaders. In other words, they are worshipping the creation instead of the Creator. Without doubt, keeping this in mind will help us not lose sight of who we praise and worship, even if we see that other people praise and worship other famous people. Number 7. Psalm 18, 4-6. In this verse says, the ropes of death encircled me, flash floods of wordless men terrified me, the ropes of the grave surrounded me, the snares of death confronted me. In my distress I called on Jehovah. To my God I kept crying for help. From his temple he heard my voice, and my cry to him for help reached his ears. So this teaches that David was able to escape from situations of death. Literally, Jehovah saved him, and this reminds us of the words of Jesus to his servants who live in the time of the end. All time making supplication things that you may succeed in escaping all this that must occur and standing before the Son of Man. So this motivates us to never give up of praying and supplicating Jehovah's help to escape, like Luke 21:36 says. King David escaped with Jehovah's help, and there's no doubt we'll be able to escape with Jehovah's help. Number 8. Psalm 18 verse 16-18. These verses say, He reached down from on high, He took hold of me and pulled me from deep waters, rescued me from my strong enemy, from those hating me who were stronger than I was. They confronted me on the day of my disaster, but Jehovah was my support. This makes us think about Jehovah, all the times that He has helped us. Sometimes we don't even realize it, we didn't notice, but it's good to reflect on it instead of taking it for granted, to think about how Jehovah has taken care of us until now, and how He draws us to His Son and the congregation, We think about how He has answered our prayers. 9. Psalm 18:19, and this makes us think about ourselves individually, because at the end, the verse says, He was pleased with me. So if Jehovah is happy, is pleased with us, is Jehovah happy with me, with my actions? There is no doubt. Remembering that Jehovah trusts His servants motivates us to continue striving, doing our best, avoiding comparison with others. 10. 18:20 says, Jehovah rewards me according to my righteousness. He repays me according to the innocence of my hands. Sometimes we might feel that no one cares about our good actions, our righteousness, our integrity, our trustworthiness, and honesty. And probably that's true. No one cares about it. But keeping in mind that Jehovah is aware and He'll reward us for our actions, this is something that motivates us to continue doing our best in these good actions. So, in that view, there are many advantages doing our best. 11. 18:25 says, with someone loyal you act in loyalty. With the blameless man you deal blamelessly. So we live in a world in which many people are not loyal. Instead of that, they are traitors. They betray the trust of others, their spouse, their boss, their family, their job, etc. And it would be so easy to think about like them, to think to do the same. In other words, if we start to betray our principles, our family, our God, ourselves, but this psalm motivates us to remain loyal, rejecting the opposite quality, because Jehovah loves His loyal ones and He'll reward them. Number 12. And we notice in Psalm 18 verse 43, and this says about, you'll rescue me from fault finding of the people, you'll appoint me the head of nations, a people whom I have not known will serve me. So we highlight the expression fault finding of the people. The tongue is very powerful and dangerous. We must be careful of those people who are using bad their tongue. For example, gossiping. A sister says, listening to negative gossip is discouraging, and it causes me to lose trust in the person who's gossiping. After all, how do I know that he or she won't gossip about me to someone else? So friends, that's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for watching. We hope you have a wonderful day and hope to see you in the next video. So have a good one and see you next time. Bye.